Good morning and welcome to Move Early, Move Often. It is Wobbly Wednesday. I am Blake Martin. And today we're going to probably get to things pretty quickly. You are going to need a towel. So if you don't have a towel, get one. Fold it the long ways at least once. So kind of like that. And then keep it the long way. And I would personally, I'm trying for something about 4 inches wide, about about 7 centimeters or so. And so we're kind of going like this. We're trying for something about this wide. And it's going to provide a slightly unstable surface, but also something that's a little narrower. Um, I don't feel really confident in instructing you on how to rig a slack line in your house or something like that. So this is going to be our slack line for this morning. We're going to do a few exercises out of parkour, just because I like those. And we're going to do it on this surface, pretty straightforward. We're going to get to it right away. All right, so get your towel nice and folded and have it be nice and long there. I'm gonna put my towel on an angle so you can see what I'm doing. And first thing we're going to do is let's just take a second and warm up our wrists because we're going to be on our hands and knees. So just wrist circles one direction, wrist circles opposite direction. Move your hand away from you, pointing downwards, fingers pointing down. This is the fifth wrist lock from Aikido called Sankyo. Yeah, feels good if you're doing it to yourself gently. Very bad if someone else is doing it to you harshly. Do the same thing on the other wrist. And then downward, pointing your fingers downward. This is part of another move called Kodogaishi from Aikido as well. You don't have to do that to yourself. That's mean. Don't be mean to yourself. Be kind. All right, and other wrist. Okay, so we're going to spend a little bit of time in plank. So what we're going to do, we'll just take a plank position for a moment. Just grab a plank, any plank. And what I want you to do is I want you to kind of slowly creep your hands in toward each other. So now your hands are right side by side. And bring your 2 feet so they're right side by side, really close together. Here, turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. So my feet are side by side, my hands are side by side. And then what I want you to do is shift one hand back and the other hand forward slightly so that your hands are one on top of another, like just in front of one another. And now, if you can, you're going to place your rear foot so it's on top of your front foot. Okay, so one foot on top of each other, and everything's in a nice line. All right? And now let's try to switch hands. So place your hands side by side again, and other hand behind, and now put the other foot on top. So we're all stacked in a nice line like this, completely stacked. Beautiful. And come down from that position for a second. Just give your hands a little shake because it could be tiring. All right, so you can see where this is going, right? This is us getting ready to be squirrels out on fences. You know how squirrels run along fences. They're very good at it, partly because they have tails. And I'm not recommending having a tail, but I'm also not recommending it. All right, so let's bring our plank now. Well, let's bring our plank up onto our little towel. So now our hands, because of the space on the towel, are constrained. And I'd like you to try that plank exercise again on your towel. If you need to be on a knee, that's fine. You can be on you can bring it down to your knee. But let's try that. All right. And switch feet if you can. Other foot on the bottom now. And let's bring that down. Give it a little shake. All right. So you'll notice it's really shifty. It's really there's a challenge to have that balance. So we're going to keep working with that, and we're going to change it up again. This time on a single knee. So I'll show you that if you just have a look here. I'm going to be on a single knee like this, and my two-hand balance. And my other leg is going to be behind, and I'm going to lift it into the air. We're going to do that on our towel. So your two hands, one hand in front of another, and on a single knee. And lift your knee. And try not to fall off your towel. I'm falling consistently to one side there. Harder than it seems for me, at least. All right, and let's switch knees. Same thing. And lift the other leg. Super challenging for me. Now, if you recall from Wobbly Wednesday before, one of the things we did was we would take our top of our toes on the floor or the underside of our toes. So let's go back to our knee and now curl your toes under. So the first time I was like this, now I'm going to curl my toes under and do the same activity and try to balance again. So your toes curled under so that you've got them. I want you to notice the difference in balance, what the toes add to this whole thing. Yeah, so, and then switch to the other side. And try switching for which hand is forward as well. And curl your toes under. And there we go. Come back again to the first knee. Toes flat on the floor, the top of your toes flat on the floor. And try the balance. And a little more stable this time, but still more challenges. And curl your toes under. Notice what that adds. And come back, switch knees, switch the forward hand, and curl your toes so that the undersides of your toes are touching your towel. And then the flat of the back of your toes, the dorsal side of your toes on the knee. Okay, awesome. So we've just tried some very basic static balances, no movement, nothing like that. What we're going to do next is we're going to do this, we're going to take this whole towel balance plank thing, and we're going to try it as a push-up. So what I want you to do, just watch for a moment. You can do it as a knee push-up, but you're going to do it with your knees in line. Okay, so knees on top of each other, stacked like this. And you're going to come down and back up. Or you can do it as a full plank push-up with your feet stacked. Down and back up. Takes extra strength because of the placement of the hands, but let's give it a roll, and we're going to try it. We're going to try for 5 push-ups. See if we can do it, either knee or full plank. Okay, So get on your towel and stack your hands one in front of the other. Get into your plank or into your knee plank. And let's try for a push-up. I got one. Try for good posture. Two. That was pretty challenging. We'll see if we can get three. I think we can do five. Three. I'm going to switch hands. Which hand is forward? Four. Five. That was kind of sloppy, but I made it anyways. All right. Give your hands a little shake. Whew. Okay. That was challenging. So, last thing we're going to do, after having done those kind of dynamic movements, is we're going to get into kind of basic squirrel position. So one hand in front of the other. And we're just going to switch which foot is in front. So you're going to lift your foot in the air and replace the one in front. Lift the foot in the air. So your feet are creeping forward a little bit at a time, getting closer to your hands. All right? So come back into an inline plank. Lift your rear foot and just place it in front of the next one. And you're walking your toes forward, but we're lifting that foot and it's causing a perturbation in our balance. And this is changing our base of support, making it narrower and closer. Woo. All right. Nice. Okay. So give your hands a shake and give your wrists a little massage. I find that hard on my wrists a little bit to do it for a long time. You may feel the same way. And let's open our arms. Bring our hands behind our backs. Interlace our fingers. And open the chest. And go, arm behind the head. Tricep stretch, push the ulna downward. And bring it across your body. All right. Same thing, other arm. Arm behind the head. I'm pressing that bone down, the ulna bone, with my palm as I draw the arm across. I'm getting that bonus little tricep stretch. And drawing the arm across my body. Yes. All right. Okay. Well, these moves are part of, kind of movements along rails, what are called rails in parkour speak, or you could be on the top of the fence or something like that. And but it's really about narrowing the base of support. So the base of support, how wide our base of support is kind of one of the big things that determines how easy it is to balance. And by narrowing it, we challenge our balance mechanisms. By throwing it onto our hands and knees, we challenge it even further. And by taking away the bottom of our toes and just using the tops of our toes, we challenge it even further. So we've just put ourselves through all these challenges, given ourselves a couple of push-ups so that we had dynamic and shifting points of balance, and then we crept our feet in. We've moved early today. I hope it was a good Wobbly Wednesday for you. It was good for me. And remember to move often, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Throwdown Thursday. Take care and have a great day.